Arguments today in the murder trial of the three white men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery. The lead prosecutor arguing that the men chased Arbery in their pickup trucks and attacked him because he was a, quote, black man running down the street in their South Georgia neighborhood. The prosecutor telling the jury there was no evidence that Arbery committed a crime. She also disputed the defense's claim that they were making a citizen's arrest, considering they never told police that's what they were trying to do.
This was an attack on Ahmaud Arbery. They committed the crimes. They committed the 4 felonies. They attacked him. They shot and killed him. They can't claim self-defense under the law because they were the initial unjustified aggressors and they started this.
The defense claiming Arbery was a recurring intruder who repeatedly trespassed at a house under construction in the neighborhood. Travis McMichael's attorney told the jury his client had a duty and responsibility to detain Arbery and that he had a right to defend himself with a shotgun when Arbery charged at him.
You do have the right to have a firearm when you make an arrest. You do have the right to stop a person and to hold them and detain them for the police. And there is risk with that. And there are tragic consequences that can come from that.
Prosecutors will now get a final rebuttal tomorrow before the case goes to the jury. David Henderson joins me now, civil rights attorney and CNBC contributor. David, key closing arguments today. What stood out to you?
You know, Kelly, really there are no surprises that stood out today. We knew fully what to expect going into this. Since the McMichaels and Bryan are claiming that they were performing a citizen's arrest and had the right to self-defense, prosecutors have to prove that that's not true beyond a reasonable doubt, which is primarily where the focus stayed. Thought the prosecutor did a really good job of addressing an issue that could be something that comes up in jury deliberations. That is whether or not they convict all 3 defendants. But she addressed that effectively during her closing today.
And the self-defense argument worked in the recent Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Do you see it working here?
I do not, Kelly. It was clear from the beginning of the Rittenhouse trial that he could mount an effective self-defense argument, but it's much more difficult to do it under these circumstances. They have to admit that they wrongfully killed Ahmaud in order to assert self-defense. They're saying, we're not saying we didn't do it, we're just saying we're justified because of a citizen's arrest and we had to use lethal force. But the facts here simply don't support that argument.
Interesting. David, thank you so much.